Hi, do you like being fucked by your government?
If you do, make sure you vote yes this November 6th.
Voting is one of our most fundamental rights.
It is what this country was founded on. Taxation without representation.
Regardless of your demographic, if you own property, or regardless of if you own a home,
you deserve the right to vote.
In Minnesota in 2008, there were 0 cases of voter fraud, even with one of the nation's closest recounts.
That being said, we're still really concerned about voter fraud, and that's why we're glad that on the ballot this November, there will be an amendment that will require everyone to have a state-issued photo ID with your current address.
We're students, and we're going to be voting yes this November 6th.
Normally, it was really convenient for us to be able to use our student IDs, which have our picture and our name on them.
But that's not going to be good enough anymore. So we'll get to find our way to the DMV and update our state-issued ID with our current address, even though students move, on average, once a year.
And that'll probably be such a hassle and so annoying that we just won't vote. People of color in this country have a long history of having to fight for their fundamental right to vote.
But they fought for that right, and they won.
Statistically, people of color are less likely to have the type of ID that will be required by this amendment.
This amendment will disenfranchise them?
Once again. So vote yes to keep this history of disenfranchisement alive.
And don't worry about people being able to afford these IDs. We're ready to use millions of your taxpayer dollars to make sure everyone can have an ID.
But it might be tricky if you're low income or a new immigrant because you probably won't be able to get the proper documentation, such as a birth certificate, to get the ID in the first place.
Let's be real. It's going to be real hard for seniors to be able to vote with this amendment.
And if you're in a rural area, you might as well give up. But remind Grandma to vote yes.
And if you're a veteran and have fought for this country, you'll no longer, like you used to be able to, use your veteran or military or passport issued ID.
Sorry, those aren't state IDs. Oh, and if you're in active duty overseas, we're not going to have absentee ballots anymore, so maybe you should just wait till you're back from fighting for our country.
But thanks for your service. So make sure you vote yes to ensure that only a certain demographic makes it to the polls, even though this is a fundamental right for all Americans of the United States of America.
And the best part about voting yes, once you form an amendment, it's almost impossible to overturn. It's set in stone. Vote yes! Wait.
Why the fuck would we vote yes?